You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Young and the Restless fans, I have got your 2-week spoilers for April 14th through the 25th. Victor escalates the insanity and Lily is making a threat. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. On Monday, April 14th, we have got Victoria talking to Nick about what's going on with his love life, and she thinks that he should get back with Sharon. He thinks it's destiny, but Nick is like, no, that's not it. We're just friends. We're taking this family trip, but there's nothing romantic about it. And Victoria worries that because Nick is saying no to Sharon, that means he might say yes to Phyllis, but he's quick to say no. That's not happening either. And speaking of his two exes, Sharon and Phyllis are actually playing nice to each other, like huggy, friendly, nice. And they have a sit down with Traci Abbott at Society. And at first, Phyllis is kind of picking at Traci about how can she not know she was dating a complete nut job. It's like, well, Nick and none of Phyllis's exes seem to know it at first. They all know it now. So the ladies hug it out and Traci takes off to New York to be with Ashley. This ending to this Martin plot to me seems very lackluster. Traci decides to go to New York, of course, to get away from the Alan Martin stress, but Jack is quite worried about her, and he and Diane assure Traci they're always there for her. Phyllis is less than thrilled that Sharon is getting a European vacation with Nick, but she decides to play nice, and she actually jokes that she might just go along with them. Well, wouldn't that be weird? And Phyllis also lets Billy know she's ready to get busy on Abbott communications and stop worrying about all the drama in her life, and tells Daniel that she's ready to get started as well because he's supposed to be working with them. And Diane tells Jack she feels like his family still doesn't accept her, and he acknowledges that their fake breakup didn't really help things. And she also feels like Jack was keeping secrets from her about Traci, but Jack's attitude is that Diane couldn't have kept her mouth shut, and he's probably not wrong about that. Tuesday, April 15th, Audra is making moves that could cost her a lot. She has accepted this deal with Victor, but I don't think he is ever going to do what he says, although he might if she really can break up Claire and Kyle, and that seems to be what she's doing with this move she's making. Meanwhile, Nate is not happy about Holden sniffing around Audra and warns the guy, but I don't think he is going to back off. Holden definitely seems like he really wants Audra back. Who can blame him? She is gorgeous. Lily gives Damien an ultimatum that he has to tell her everything or she will never, ever, ever trust him. Damien agrees that he will tell her everything about Dumas and everything he knows and what's going on, but he has one caveat. So we'll see what this one condition is. It may be that he tells Lily, I'm going to tell you all this, but you can't tell anyone else. But I just can't see Lily keeping it quiet, especially not based on some of the spoilers for later in week 1. On Wednesday, April 16th, Jack and Kyle ferret out some spies at Jabot. They are quickly going to figure out they are Victor's spies. And then Jack rolls up on Michael and Victor at the GCAC having dinner. And Michael notes that Jack's feeling pretty chipper and wants to know if, anything in particular put him in that good mood. And it looks like Jack is going to throw down the gauntlet and say, boys, I found out about your spies at my company and it's not going to work. Audra tells a fib on Wednesday, and this may be about what she's doing with Kyle or Holden. She may be fibbing to Nate, or she may be fibbing to Kyle as part of this plan to try and break up him and Claire, or just lying directly to Kyle's girlfriend. Victor lays out a trap for Billy Boy Abbott on Wednesday as well. On Thursday, April 17th, Nikki again is playing peacemaker, but there's never going to be any peace between the Abbotts and the Newmans as long as Victor has breath in his body. I think we all know that. Jack and Diane are on the defensive because Victor has these spies they have found at Jabot, and they've got to figure out what to do to shore up things so he can't try and take down the family business. And as far as Victor is concerned, he is sticking with his vendetta against all the Abbotts, Kyle and Billy and Jack. On Friday, April 18th, Lily talks to Amy about her concerns, and it may be about Damien and Dumas. I wonder if she is going to spill to Damien's mama some of what he told her. Victor keeps his real agenda hidden. I don't think he's going to tell anybody everything that he's got planned. And Diane puts Michael in a very difficult position, and it looks like she is asking him to help her deal with this Victor and Jabot Glissade spy mess. And heaven knows Michael doesn't want to be playing these reindeer games with Victor against the Abbotts. The week of April 21st through the 25th, even after Kyle and Jack sniff out Victor's spies, he's not going to let up. Looks like he's going to double down instead. Not only is he coming for Kyle and Jack, but also Billy, all still while trying to take down Dumas. Victor is stubborn as they come, but is he fighting too many battles on too many fronts, and he's going to lose big. Diane goes behind Jack's back looking to help with the Victor situation. However, this might be a bad idea. Even if it works out, Jack might feel like Diane can't be trusted, which is an ongoing issue with them. Claire may confront Victor about the allegations of corporate sabotage. I'm sure Kyle's going to tell her they caught some of her granddad's spies at Jabot. But you know Victor is going to rant, rage, lie, deny, and try to flip everything around to make the Abbotts look bad. And of course, Claire wants to believe the best of Grandpa Victor, but it is getting harder and harder by the day. Audra's playing a dangerous game that could cost her everything. She could lose Nate over this Kyle scheme, and Victor still may not deliver on what he promised, because he never does. Plus, Claire is not one to be easily fooled just because she comes off as sweet and innocent. She was raised by crazy Jordan. She knows a thing or two. Nikki's not happy Victor is back on this Abbott vendetta, but I just don't see her putting her foot down. And even if she does, I don't see Victor caring. But he is getting ready to throw her a big party, and that's going to distract her while he's doing bad things. Phyllis tries to keep Billy focused on the company for her sake and his, but he's not going to let up on playing revenge games against Victor with Dumas. And don't forget, Billy Flynn debuts soon, and with news that Daniel Goddard has gone over to GH, that takes Kane Ashby out of the running as Dumas. Tucker seems like a long shot, so we'll see if, as I expect, that Billy Flynn is the man who goes by the name Dumas. And by the way, in case you hadn't figured it out, Eileen Davidson is out for now as Ashley. Beth Maitland is out for now as Traci. We've got Alan Martin in prison, and let's hope he stays there, and Billy Flynn is arriving soon.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.